You guys having a good time tonight? How about that vulva business, eh? That was pretty funny. Well, you heard my name. I'm Deneen, and I'm a half Indigenous Scottish woman, okay? So that makes me a bargain hunter. Hey, how about that? Okay, so my dad's Indigenous, and my mom is Scottish mainly. So I want to introduce you to her mama, and that's Grandma Millie. Okay, so Grandma Millie, she was from Purdy, Missouri. Okay, that's in the USA. So she comes from a long line, okay, of farmers, hay chewers, and fiddle playing folk, okay? So this lady, okay, I'm sure you guys have grannies, right? Shout out if you have a granny that's a teetotaler and she likes to give you cookies and lots of encouragement and love and all those things. Come on, some of you, right? That wasn't Grandma Millie, okay? She wasn't one of those, okay? She would say it for how it is, okay? So she'd say things like this to her grandkids. Deneen, those jeans are so bloody tight. You're going to ruin your chances of having children. Then she'd say things like, Deneen, put those legs down. Quit showing everybody your monkey. All right, now, she'd say, okay, when we go to Auntie Pauline's house, you make sure you turn your cheek right away. Don't let her kiss you on the mouth, because you don't know where those old lips have been. Right? I'm like, okay, right? So then she says, okay, Deneen, quit that smoking, because your lips are going to turn out to be looking like an old asshole, like Auntie Pauline's. And Auntie Pauline, right? She said she puts that red lipstick on and it goes all down in the cracks. Yeah, she'd crack me up, that grandma. She'd say, okay, you see your uncle out there? She said, quit smoking pot. Don't be smoking it, because look at him. His brain's about mush. And I'm like, okay, Grandma, right? So she had all this worldly advice. Anyways, my grandma, okay, she would call a few barn dances in Saskatchewan, okay? So she could fiddle, she could yodel, okay? And she'd sing all these songs. So I thought, well, I'm going to impress Grandma, and I'm going to really practice her favorite song. Right? So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to perform it first. So I'm like, Grandma, I've been practicing. I'm going to sing it. She goes, okay, go ahead, right? I got to put this up here because this is really good, okay? You guys ready? Okay, so I'm like, okay, Grandma, get ready. I'm like, okay. Okay, get ready. How does it go again? I was practicing it in the bathroom. Okay, I'm leaving on that Blue River train. Come on. I'm leaving on that Blue River train. That same old train that brought me here's gonna carry me away again. Okay. E-U-E-D-A-O-D. E-U-E-D-A-O-D. She says to me, if I sound anything like that, I'm going to stop singing. I'm like, oh, thanks, Grandma. Okay. So, for me, okay, I didn't take Granny's advice about the smoking, okay? I didn't listen to her. I smoked everything and out of everything, okay? And out of everything. You know, I had a Cheech and Chong bong. Oh, there's a different... And that got confiscated. I was pissed off. And then I had, smoked out a few pop cans, right? Sarah doesn't know about that. Because she... I'm sure there's a pop can smoker in here, a few of those. Anyways, you know, you name it, I did it, right? So then another thing that I managed to do was drink like my grandma, and she really liked to drink. Oh, I forgot. Again, never mind that. We can't make it into a Netflix special, right? So we'll leave that. So anyways, yeah, so I drank, right? And pretty good too. So I'm going to give you guys some advice about what not to do while you're drinking, okay? So you decide, you're driving in a vehicle with your friends, and you decide that you don't like the dress you have on, okay? So you say, okay, well, this is a good idea. I'm going to throw my dress right out the window. And then we're going to the after hours bar, so I want to stop at home and get changed, okay? So I say, okay, pull over, bring me home, I'm going to get changed, okay? So I'm like, okay, shit, what am I going to do now? So here's another thing you don't do, okay? So I looked at the mailbox, and I'm crunched behind the bush, right? Because I'm wearing, okay, if you guys lived in the 90s fashion, okay, you always wore nylons, okay, with no knickers, Lizzie. Okay, no knickers, right? So I'm like, oh shit, I gotta ring the doorbell. I forgot my key. And don't do that. Don't forget your key, especially if you plan on getting naked. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? I look at the mailbox. I'm like, oh, there's a newspaper in there. So I wrap myself in newspaper and I ring the doorbell, okay? So my brother-in-law, okay, your dad, Kara, answers the door, okay? And he's like, oh, what happened? And I just raced right past him, right? I just ignored him. And then he went upstairs and he said, hey, Michelle, like, there's something, I think your sister's been violated or something. She's got no clothes on, wrapped in a newspaper. So she comes down there. She's like, are you okay, Janine? Is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, mind your own business. Fuck off. Right? Like, I'm getting prepared to go to the after hours bar. So, and she was always sticking her nose in everything. Anyways, you know, don't do all those things. But all jokes aside, I'm telling you this is that thank God that I have 16 years coming up of sobriety. How many? 17? Oh, I'm going to be 17, see? All that drinking caused some damage. I don't even know. Irregardless. I'm telling you, being a part of HRP has totally been a blessing for me. Because we all walk around with that shame and stigma about addiction and alcoholism, and it's rampant in a lot of our families. And I know for me, I've lost family members, I've lost friends to the disease, and you know, it's all over our community. We just like to pretend that it's not, and it's there, and it's killing everybody. So you know what? If you're around here and you're getting sober, stick and stay, because you know what? It really pays. You get to ride the pony. And you know what else I'm going to tell you? Okay? A word of advice. Put your legs down. Stop showing your monkeys. Okay? and your... Okay, this is nasty. And your snakes. Okay? But you know, no, you don't have to do that. Go ahead. Do whatever you want. And I give my friends this advice. There's no shame in a little slap and tickle.